My name is Kevin Sanderson. I am your host. We're going to be answering your questions about how to scale your business on Amazon using paid ads and do it more profitably. What do you estimate the typical tacos values are for cosmetic, personal, and healthcare products? Okay, so good question. Totally depends on the product. If this is something where it's like a subscribe and save type product, you're going to have to look at this, not just tacos of like an initial sale of one sale, but what is the lifetime value? So you'll have to look and see like how many subscribe and saves do you have? How many times are people buying? Because you want to know what is the lifetime value of the customer. So when you're talking about cosmetic, personal, and healthcare products where people are potentially coming back and purchasing it again in the future, you want to know, what is the lifetime value of a customer? So if people buy on average, 1.7 times or 3 times or whatever your margin is, you can multiply that. So if you have a 30% margin on the product or a 40% margin on the product and they buy on average twice, then you really have 80% margin, because ideally they're coming back and they're lazy like me and they just go into their orders and they just find, what was that product I bought before? And like, okay, I'll buy it again. I mean, I have products that I've bought 50 times over the years on Amazon because I'm like, I don't want to have to go searching for something again. What I bought before worked just fine and it's in my orders. So you want to look and see for your tacos, what can you get away with for your particular product? And how often people buy the products is going to vary differently across products within health and beauty. So you want to know, like, what is the lifetime value of a customer? Like, how many times are they buying and how much margin do you have across all of those purchases? Because if you can lose money, even in tacos, off of the initial sale to get future sales, and I know this is a little harder to calculate, you can still be profitable. So you probably want to look at it as like, okay, how much are people repurchasing, and kind of go from there. Next up, for beauty category, which keyword type works best? I tried all, but it kind of eats up my funds. Sales is less. I did work on my main image, but no A+. Okay, I would get yourself some A+ content, especially for beauty. You really want to showcase the product. A+ content gives you a good chance to showcase like lifestyle images, as well as, if you're not familiar with this, you can have up to 100 characters in the alt text field of each image of your A+ content. And we do offer A+ content services here at My Amazon Guy. But for the beauty category, which keyword type works best? I would say focus on at least exact and broad. Now, I'd put them into different campaigns a little bit more. You'd have a lot more control over the data if you did it that way. So that would be my suggestion to you there. If everyone is going after exact match keywords, that just raises the bids on exact match keywords. So if you're Amazon, you're like, all right, I'm just going to jack up the cost of an exact match. So what we suggest you do is also focus on broad match, because broad match, you're going to get some deals that you wouldn't get otherwise. You might even get lower for the same keyword, but because you were willing to go for broad, you would get some potential lower price clicks, and you would get the opportunity to see what other keywords are out there that Amazon thinks your product is relevant for. And then you can always go and negate keywords. So that would be my suggestion. Focus more on broad and exact and less on phrase. I've never been a huge fan of phrase. I feel like it's just kind of there. Looking to crack the Amazon code? You don't have to do it all alone. So if you're struggling with PPC, join us for our weekly AMA Ask Me Anything, where we bring in some of the best experts in the business to help you, and we've got your back.